Shimo, a kaiju so unimaginably powerful, Monarch didn't even think she could exist. Being nicknamed the Hypothetical, Shimo is by far the most powerful titan in the monsterverse, at least when it comes to base forms. As Evolved and Burning are a different story. But when Godzilla x Kong came out, I saw people discussing whether Shimo could beat both Godzilla and Kong at the same time, and I wondered the same thing, but I picked two different versions. Rather than the skyscraper CGI titans of the monsterverse, I pondered more about the 50-meter tall rubber suits of the Showa era, and whether Showa Godzilla and Kong could work together to beat this massive foe. Hello everyone, it's your host Goji Guy, and welcome back to another Christmas video. To those who are just popping in, howdy, I'm Ryan, aka Goji Guy, and welcome to the 10 Days of Christmas, where every other day until Christmas, I'll be uploading a video of debates that no one asked for, but dang it do I think they're interesting. Today we're going to see if the original Toho Godzilla and Kong can take out the MonsterVerse's newest mega titan, Shimo. So whether you're a die-hard kaiju fan, or this is your first time ever seeing a Godzilla-related video, sit back and relax, and enjoy today's video. Shimo versus Showa Godzilla and Kong. Who would win? Now before we dive into this battle, we need to cover something that's much more serious, cancer. To those who are just hearing about this, I have started a fundraiser called Gifts from Goji, where we the Godzilla and Kaiju community are trying to raise $54,000 for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So whether you have money like Apex Cybernetics, or you've just got a few extra Blazar coins you're just not sure what to do with, please consider donating to help save a child in need. With that message out of the way, let's cover the rules of this fight. Firstly, we're assuming that Goji and Kong are at their peaks, Goji being fully rested, and Kong having his lightning powers. And Shimo will also be at her peak of health. So pretty much imagine Shimo when she beat Ghidorah rather than GXK, as, well, you know, she was malnourished and whatnot. So with that context in play, we need to cover what categories they'll be competing for, those being strength, speed, durability, agility, abilities, battle IQ, and intelligence. So without further ado, make sure to subscribe if you want to see weekly kaiju content, and let's dive in. Starting with Shimo. Now, Shimo is no slouch when it comes to strength. We see as early as her entrance, it took 5 great apes just to hold her back from walking. If she actually wanted to, she could easily overpower them. She's able to stand and run with Scar King on her back. Scar King doesn't have a weight yet, but given his size, he's most likely weighing in around 80,000 tons. We see in the Rio battle, she throws Godzilla with ease. Now it's hard to say whether she used 1 or 2 arms, but either way, that would mean she can either throw 199,268 tons, or all the way up to 398,536 tons. She sends Kong flying away with a single tail swipe, and is able to easily overpower the ape. And at the end of the film, she has no issue carrying Kong and Tsuko on her back. Now, onto the Showa boys. And for these two kaiju, we'll be giving them some slight help, as we want this video to be fair and fun. So for the Showa duo, we'll be taking in statements to help them out, starting with Godzilla. And for him, we'll be looking at his feats from 54, 55, and 62. Yes, I know 54 isn't Showa Godzilla, but Showa Godzilla is just blatantly stronger than 54, so anything 54 has done, Showa can also do. So, starting with Godzilla. Now at this point in time, Showa Godzilla has fought against 2 kaiju, those being Anguirus and Kong, and in said matches, they're able to push and shove each other around, Anguirus weighing at 30,000 tons, and Kong weighing at 20,500 tons. But onto his bajillion statements. Starting with 54, Gojira is said to be able to destroy a city with the force of a nuclear bomb. It's said his tail alone can destroy mountains, and his head is able to withstand nuclear explosions, even having a technique called the atomic headbutt. Then on to 55, who's blatantly stated to be stronger than 54. And as we said, 55 is able to move around Anguirus with ease. On to 62, who is stated to be stronger than 55, which is further backed up with a statement that says he trained to fight Kong, implying he was going out of his way to get stronger. Now, onto Kong. Now, there isn't too much on Toho Kong, other than the film and statements showing and saying that Godzilla and Kong are in the same ballpark of strength. Kong also shows in the film that he's able to ragdoll Godzilla, Showa Godzilla weighing at 20,000 tons, and in his lightning state, he's stated to be twice as strong as before. Now, it doesn't seem like they hold a candle to Shimo, but the most interesting thing here is the feats they share when they actually battle, being stated to shake Japan's archipelago, and even stated to have ever so slightly shaken the Earth's axis. But that's more due to their long epic battle, rather than them all at once outputting the amount of strength. So, strength is close, but I'm gonna have to give the edge to Shimo. Next up is speed. For Shimo, we need to look at Godzilla, who in King of the Monsters is apparently able to run at 300 miles an hour, and in his evolved state, he's even faster, and Shimo contends with Godzilla in speed. So Shimo is for sure in the 400 to possibly 500 miles an hour ranges of speed. Now onto the Showa team. Yeah, they don't have much going for them here. They're fast in their own right, don't get me wrong, but 400 miles an hour fast? Yeah, not quite. Later Showa Goji, by all means. But this is 62, so not so much. Speed goes to Shimo. Now into durability. Now as said in the last video, Godzilla Earth versus the Godzilla Multiverse, which you should go watch by the way if you haven't already, Shimo is a tank of a kaiju, so let's see what she has shown. Now for her lower end stuff, she's only merely bothered by hundreds of lightning bolts by Verticines, being more annoyed than anything. She is unharmed from a direct point-blank flashbang from Mothra. She's fine after falling all the way into a Hollow Earth portal and being shot back out into Rio. She takes an evolved Godzilla beam with no damage, and she takes Godzilla's most powerful attack, that being his supercharged evolved beam. To really get a good idea on how powerful that is, make sure to go watch this video right here. Now into Godzilla and Kong. Firstly, they take blows from each other with ease, and as said in strength, their blows after long enough are able to tilt Earth's axis. 54 has stated multiple times to have survived the Bikini Atoll bomb test. Showa Godzilla further tanks hydrogen bombs, and even said that without the oxygen destroyer, it's impossible to kill Godzilla. And since they're relative, Kong should be on the same level, if not a wee bit higher than Godzilla, as he performs better in battle, meaning he is less affected by Godzilla's attacks. So, who takes durability? Well, while Shimo could do some damage, given it's 2 targets she needs to injure rather than 1, I'm gonna have to barely give it to the duo, just due to the fact that there's 2 of them, getting the Showa team onto the board. But there is one thing, a kaiju that's more durable than all 3 of these beasts, from the East. Today's video is sponsored by Beasts of the East Collectibles. Today, I'm here to quickly show off their SH Figure Arts Ultimate Blazar. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, Goji guy, didn't you already show off this exact figure? Well, yes, it's just, I broke my last one. Whoops. Anyways, as always, Blazar comes in a detailed box, as you would expect from SH Figure Arts. In the box, we of course have Blazar, a separate color timer, some extra hands, and his sword. This figure looks great with any other kaiju or ultra figures, and has a wide range of articulation, being able to pull off cool or freaky poses. If you want any merchandise for the holidays, ranging from Ultraman, Godzilla, Gamera, and much more, make sure to check out the first link down below, and if you do end up buying anything, make sure to use code GOJIGUY5 at checkout to save 5% on your entire order. Thank you, Beast, for joining us in this video, and let's move on. Next up is agility, which I don't think we need to cover much. While Shima is agile, these guys being so much smaller gives him the advantage. Now, onto abilities. Shima, of course, has her Frostbite Blast, an absolute zero beam, freezing anything it hits in a moment's notice. When shot into the sky, it's able to create a massive ice storm. She also has cryokinesis, where she's able to passively freeze things around her. Now into the duo, starting with Godzilla. Godzilla, of course, no duh, has his atomic breath, a useful and powerful long-range attack. But at least in 1962, this is really the only ability he has. Onto Kong. He, as said, is equipped with his lightning amp. This amp allows Kong to be fully immune to electrical-based attacks, and makes all of his normal attacks much stronger. So, who takes it? Well, as wild as it may sound, the Showa duo steals it with ease. First, there are multiple statements about Godzilla's atomic breath and how powerful it is, such as being able to boil a great amount of water in seconds. Along with that, it is said that when Goji woke up from his slumber, just waking up was enough to melt the ice at both the North and South poles. And so add his beam on top of that, that'll make Shimo's ice-based attacks almost entirely useless. But let's say Godzilla lets her make her storm. Well, while rare, ice storms can produce lightning, which could further boost Kong. So either she uses her ability and buffs Kong, or Godzilla prevents her from using them in the first place. So, with ease, the Showa duo steals abilities. Now into battle IQ. Now this one is a bit iffy. While Shima has dealt with apes, Godzillas, and electrical foes in the past, she hasn't faced them like this, all condensed down into fun-sized kaiju. Along with that, she hasn't faced them all at once. Trying to manage an electrical, intelligent, and agile ape, along with a Godzilla who can counter her abilities and is able to push her around despite being a fraction of her size, will be a real challenge to manage. But Godzilla and Kong have it rough too. Firstly, at this point in time, neither of them have worked in a team. All they know is that they need to work together. Also, neither of them have dealt with a beast with ice powers, much less something as large as Shimo. So overall, this could be a tie, but that usually implies they're actually competing for it. And to be honest, neither team would know what to do. So I believe for the first time on this channel, a point will be withheld, as neither team takes it. And finally, intelligence. Now, this one's a wee bit unfair, as Shimo is forced to do Scar King's bidding throughout the film. But for the brief moment she was free, she immediately takes her chance and frees Scar King. She is also seemingly capable of enjoying the beauty of her surroundings, as she and Godzilla disperse her ice storm. And really the only thing I can think of is how quickly she was able to adapt and master zero gravity. And onto the duo. And I don't think we need to say much here. Kong will be carrying intelligence. So the duo takes this point. So the score is now in. And we have a score of 2-4. Shimo takes strength and speed with ease. Godzilla and Kong take durability, barely, but pretty easily take agility, abilities, and intelligence. And neither team takes battle IQ. So who wins? Well, despite the Goji team having more, it's hard to say. Now, the gates would open and the fight begins. And, well, given Shima isn't holding back, she would immediately fire her beam. Now, while Godzilla is a great counter, this is an absolute zero beam we're talking about. So it would take a few seconds for his beam to actually start to melt it. And with that in mind, Kong might go down off the bat. As while Goji can beam back, Kong doesn't have any form of protection from her ice beam. So if it plays out like that, then Shima will pull off the win, as at that point it'll just be 62 Godzilla versus Shimo. Though if she doesn't beam off the get-go, she would lose, as both Godzilla and Kong have an easy target to hit, as it's kinda hard to miss her given her size. And while Shimo could damage one, trying to keep them both at bay will be very hard for her given their size. And so overall I could see either outcome. So honestly, it's a tie in my eyes. If you don't give them the statements, she does pretty easily steal it, but to make this semi-fair, overall I say it's a tie. What do you think? Do you think Shimo stomps him to oblivion, or do you think the Showa team sweeps? Let me know. And if you made it this far, thank you for watching and consider subscribing. I'll see you on Christmas with the final video, Monster Zero versus Nezu Birdon. And as always, keep collecting. Goji Guy, out. See ya.